Hello, welcome back to my channel. I felt like today was the perfect day to record this video. I have had lots of messages recently on my personal page, but also whenever anyone comes in to see me for photography, whether that's model updates or just a family shoot but their child particularly likes being in front of the camera, I get asked a lot, how do you get your children into modelling, or how would I go about getting my child into modelling? And that is from a perspective as a model mum. Both my children have been doing modelling. My eldest son did it as a baby and a toddler. We had a little break due to some personal things going on in my life, and then he asked to get back into it when he was 7, and he loves it, absolutely loves it, and he's doing very, very well. And then my littlest, who's just turned 2, he had his first proper shoot, paid shoot the other day. So they're both signed up with agencies. So from a mum's point of view, I've had the experience. My eldest son did loads of stuff as a baby toddler, done lots of stuff since he's re-entered. So I can give you the mum perspective on that side, but also give you a photographer's perspective as someone that photographs model updates for so many children with lots and lots of different agencies. I hear the good, the bad, the ugly. I know the good agencies to apply for, the scam agencies to avoid. Please, please, please avoid those. I would rather you message me and just say, oh, I'm going to apply for this agency, is that okay? Because I don't want anyone to be out thousands of pounds that they've spent on pictures that they don't need. And also as a photographer, that works with brands, so I know from that side as well. So I feel like I am well equipped and knowledgeable to be able to share some information, especially as I keep getting lots of messages, and I don't want to send paragraphs of paragraphs. You can sit and watch this at your own leisure and come back to it when you want. I hope it's helpful anyway. Something that I get asked a lot, and that's from people seeing me have Jacob in the industry, but also as a photographer, is, has my child got the look? I get it a lot, and nobody can tell you that. Every child is beautiful, for one, and for two, the industry is so broad, like there is space for every single child. There will be like times when a certain look is popular or like trending. However, there is children of all different ethnicities. There are tall children, short children, loud children, quiet children. There's agencies for children with disabilities, which I think is amazing. Some castings will ask for children with their front teeth missing. Like, has anyone had their teeth fallen out recently? They are always on the lookout for something different. So I don't think anyone will ever be able to tell you if your child's got the look. It all depends if your child fits into a height bracket, a size bracket, potentially a look for a film or an advert. Sometimes children get cast depending on the parents that have already got the role, or they might have cast a daughter in a role and they're looking for someone to play a brother, so they've got to look similar to that person. It's not just a straightforward question, but every single child will find a place in this industry. So the answer to that question is yes. Any child can be in this industry. So to start with, people ask me about location of the agency, but also if their location is an issue. Most work, I say most because there will be filming all over. Some clients might take you to Cornwall or Ireland or Scotland, what have you. But a lot of castings and work take place in London and Manchester. So you just have to be prepared to travel there. You may never meet your agent. Jacob and Lucas, my children's agent, we haven't actually met in person, and they've been with them for over a year now. I think like a year and 3 months. And we've never met them in person. We've spoken to them loads online and they're absolutely fabulous, but it doesn't matter whether they're based in the same town, the same area as you. It's about you travelling to castings. All their work is done where they are. So that won't discount you wherever you're based. You may need to decide whether you want to go for a south agent or a north agent, or an agent that covers both areas. If you're not prepared to travel up north, you need to let your agency know when applying, and the same as if you're not willing to travel down south, you'll need to stick with just northern clients and a north agency perhaps. The next thing that you'll decide is whether you want a sole agency or a non-sole. Now there is a little bit of muddy water in there as well. So a sole agency means that you are signed to just that agent and you can't get representation elsewhere. However, you will see some very popular children being signed with sole agencies, and they might have like an acting or a talent agency as well, especially if they've got large Instagram followings. But to start with, a sole agency is sole. some sole agents will allow you to find work elsewhere. So for example, some brands on Instagram or Facebook might put a casting call out looking for models, and you are welcome to apply to those. Some agencies, it's an absolute no-go unless it goes through them. But your best bet is, when you do get an agent, to ask them, so that there's no like cloudy lines, there's no underhandedness, unintentionally of course. And a non-sole agent is when you are allowed more than one. So a lot of non-soles, they normally say up to 3 agents, so you can pick 3 non-soles. What's better or worse? It works differently for everyone. Of course, if you've got a top non-sole agent, their books tend to be a lot more limited, they're a lot more selective of who they get on their books. But at the end of the day, every agent isn't going to make any money unless the child makes money, so it's in their best interest to get you work. I would say is the first thing you need to do is start applying, and then you can make that decision afterwards. Wait for all of your answers to come back and then make a decision. I am going to put lots of sole and non-sole agencies that are good agencies to go for. No scams. If you don't see an agency listed below, that doesn't mean that they aren't legit. I just don't know enough about them to share it below. I am also going to put a Facebook group on the link below. I think it's called Parents of Child Models or something like that. Oh my gosh, they have so much helpful information. They have pinned posts at the top that will help you with the whole journey. And the parents like to share all of the pictures of success, and they might ask questions. It's just like a nice little community. I tend to take a back seat and read more than post, but it is really helpful. So I'll pop that link down below. I'm going to just rattle off a couple of agencies now. However, don't panic. You haven't got to pause the video and write them down. They will be in the link down below. Just before I start that list, another thing that you want to look out for is some agencies only open their books for a select amount of time. So for example, my children are assigned to USI agency. They are fantastic. They have their books open right now, I believe till the end of the week. I'm not sure. But you can have a look on the agency's social media, and they'll tell you if their books are open, when they're closed, when they're reopening, and decide how to apply from there. Some agencies have their books open all of the time. They all have different criteria to how to apply. Some you do a submission form online, some that you have to email pictures to. A lot will say they just want home shots, whereas some will take home shots as well as a few professional ones, obviously unedited professional pictures. Okay, that ramble out the way. I hope this is helpful. Top sole agencies, Bruce and Brown. Jacob was signed to them as a baby and toddler. Cannot fault them. They gave him a lot of straight jobs as well, so he didn't have to go into castings for them. And communication was fabulous. USI, both my boys are signed with them at the moment. They are fantastic. Jacob's got a lot of work through them. He's got a lot of self-tapes and opportunities. Lucas is being submitted as well now. He's gone into a new height bracket, but their communication's lovely. They have a really nice little family Facebook group as well of all the parents that are signed with the agent. So that's quite nice as well. Now the rest below, I haven't had my children signed to. However, I've dealt with children coming through the doors and parents through the doors of my photography studio. I can see children getting the work online, and I know that they're legitimate agencies. So we have Rebel 19, Bonnie and Betty, Tiny Angels, Grace and Galore, Ray and Robin, Urban Angels. Urban Angels, you cannot be signed to another agency when you apply. So if you are with an agency, you need to leave that agency first before applying. So it's a bit of a risky move, and their application process is a long one. But if you're brand new to the industry, it is so worth waiting for them because they are a fantastic agent as well. Kids London, Puzzle Talent, Rebel 19. They are a good collection of sole agencies that I definitely recommend trying. Send your application over to them and good luck. There are more legitimate agencies. As I say, they're just the ones that I want to share. If you go on the Facebook page that I've linked below, they have a much more extensive list of the legitimate agencies, and I believe they actually also have a list of scam agencies. So before applying, you can just check either list. So do make sure you check that out as well. Then you have some non-soles. Kiddiwinks, Lacara, Kitsch, Mini Models, Paris Kids Talent, R10 Kids. I've actually had communication with R10 Kids and Kitsch because they send a lot of their kids to me for model updates that are in the area, and they're really, really, really nice. I have actually had personal dealings with Lacara as well. Both the boys were signed with them when we originally came back into the industry. No other reason than I just had such amazing feedback about USI that we switched from there. But Jacob did get work with them. We did get quite a lot of family briefs as well, so if you're looking to do something as a family, it is something that I do recommend, because it's not really something that we get like sibling and family briefs now. So they're a really good agency as well. There's also a fantastic agency called Zebedee, and they deal with any children that have got disabilities or special needs. I've heard fantastic things about them. I have had children and parents that are signed with that agency that have come through my doors for updates, and they sing their praises, so I think it's absolutely fantastic that there's a niche there as well. There is a list of the agencies to apply to. They all have different criteria, as I've mentioned. Some will want you to apply through their website link, some will want you to send emails. The pictures, for the most part, will be home application pictures. Now, I do have some people that come to me and ask me to do application pictures. What might happen is they may say, we can see potential in this person, can you please send me some home pictures as well? I do also think it is sometimes good to get your child in front of a camera that's not yours, just to see how they react, because if they're painfully shy or they absolutely don't want to do it, you do not want to waste your time and money going up to London or potentially Manchester and doing castings, unless obviously it's on your doorstep. You're going to have to take time out of your day, time out of work to go and do it. So do make sure that you are doing it for them and not you, or you think that it's going to help them. It is important that they have fun and they enjoy it. Once you have been accepted into an agency, your agency will need to create what's called a model card, and these will be best beneficial if you have professional pictures. You can supply home updates. However, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of children being submitted for castings for film, TV, web series, photographic work, and you want your child to stand out, and lighting is such an important part of that. Getting the right poses, getting to eye level with them. I mean, I am thinking about maybe doing this as a little series, so I can talk about what happens at castings, what your agencies do behind the scenes, how to get your own home updates at home. But that will be the next thing that you will need to do, is to get your model card ready for your agent to send out to all of their amazing clients. If your child is over the age of 4, there's something called Spotlight. Now, I saw a statistic the other day that 60 to 70% of work comes through Spotlight, but you can only join it if you're over 4 and if you have an agency. Whilst editing this video, I realised that I have focused completely on the agencies, and that is a good route that you want to go down. However, there are websites that you can sign up to, Star Now, Mandy, that do provide work for your children. However, lately I would say that it's more focused to free work, so it's good to get experience from. There's also brands that do use Instagram and Facebook to source their models, but I think this will be for a whole nother video, but I just wanted to quickly add this in. I don't want this video to be too long and too much information overload, so I'm going to wrap it up here. However, if you've watched this and you think I've missed something really important out, please put it down below. If you have any questions, again, please put them down below. You can find me on my social media. Again, it will be in the description box, along with the list of agencies, along with the link to the Facebook page as well that I said, honestly, it's worth joining up on there. It will just give you lots and lots of information. I am also planning to do one for adults. That is a hefty video, so that will probably be broken down into parts, but I really hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's informative. I hope it helps you get the child into the industry, and good luck. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.